everybody. I'm out here. It's early December 7th, I believe. I have a bow with me that I have not shot in a while. It is a JK Traditions KANATI. And I've had this bow, I had it made for me by Jason Kendall about, gosh, might be on there, year on there, 2015. So I've had this bow almost 10 years. Being that 2025 is just a few weeks away. And I believe I got it early spring, if not late winter, if I remember right. If I'm looking at, if this is the date on here, it says 2/25/15, which would be February 15th of 2015. And so, yeah, I've had this bow 10 years. I had it, like I said, I commissioned him to make it. This particular bow is zirconi, wood zirconi, and the limb veneers are myrtle. And myrtle is one of my favorite woods because it's like a fingerprint. There's so many different types of myrtle. I don't know what this would be called, but it's spotted. So you can see I'll move this up close to the camera. Hopefully you can see it. It's spotted, and it reminded me of a bobcat. And so I had him name this bow Lynx Rufus, which means bobcat. So I thought this was kind of cool. And again, it's zirconi. I'll put some nice pictures up of this so you can get a good look at it. And Jason only makes one model. This is it. This is all he makes. This particular bow right here, there's nothing else that he makes, just one thing. And, you know, I'm a big fan of make one thing and do it right, and JK does that. This is it's a very streamlined, reflex, deflex, quick little bow. One size handle or riser. I believe he makes a few different lengths of bow, of course, maybe 56 through 62. I don't know. I'll have to check that, and I'll post it up on this. I'll put a little thing up here, all the specifics on that. But this particular one is 60 inches, and it's 48 pounds at 28. So I pull it right about 50, I'm assuming. And yes, there's a clicker on it. Oh no, bring on the hate mail. I have a clicker on most all of my hunting bows, or I put a clicker on most all of my hunting bows. I will explain that later as to why. I am a big fan of the clicker, huge fan of the clicker. I wouldn't be the shooter I am today if it wasn't for a clicker. And we'll talk about that later. But let's get to the shooting of this bow. I brought a pile of arrows because I have not shot this bow in a very long time. I don't remember what I was shooting with it. And so I just bought a whole bunch of arrows. I have a whole bunch of points, and we will figure out what this likes best and take it from there. So let's get to the shooting. All right, so I'm out here. I'm at 10 yards. I'm going to start with what I think is going to work, and that is my Easton 2016, and I believe that's a 250 up front, and I think this is what's going to work. I'm not sure. I have no idea. We're going to check it and make short order of it. We'll figure it out. We'll get it figured out pretty quick, and then we'll just we'll work with one arrow from here out. But let's see how this one does right here. Let's see if that clicker's in the right spot too. Yep, clicker's in the right spot, and that arrow flew like a laser. So I'm going to grab another one here. I think I have 3. Yep, there's another one. Yeah, I believe those are 250 up front. I'm not certain, but I'm pretty sure. Turn my head around, and hopefully you can hear my mic. Let's check that again, different spot. Yep. Fast little bow. The limb cores and the back Sorry, uh, the, the, the belly side are bamboo. And then there would be bamboo here too, but it just has a veneer of that myrtle veneer that I was just telling you guys about. So let's try this one more. Yep, that flew okay. Looked like it went a little stiff. We'll test that theory. I also have my handy dandy 48 spine Doug fir from Sherwood Shafts. I shot this on the last video with, I believe, what bow was that? My Java Man. That was the Elkhart. Let's see how this flies out of this bow. Really nice. A 48er shoots really well out of here. And again, these specs would be identical to the Java Man. So we might have to work with that wood arrow a bit. All right, let's go get them and do it again. Okay, let's try this again. We'll start with the Doug fir this time because I like the way that flew. Yeah, kind of tails a little. Not super happy with that flight, but we'll keep testing it. And there's nothing I can do about that particular arrow in terms of tuning it right now. I just don't have extra points with me. And it looked to me as if it tailed off a little weak. I don't know, but we will keep messing with it. Here's the 2016. That flies really nice. Nice weight to this arrow. Natural weight, natural heavy weight. Beautiful. Yeah, it flies really nice. Kind of stacking those in there. And we got one more. Nice. Tip was loose. That's 3 arrows just touching. I know it's only 10 yards, but I'll just show them to you real quick. Let's pan that camera. So there's the Doug fir, and then at the top, and then those 3 aluminums down below it. All right, so let me dump some arrows here and make life easy on myself. I have these 2. These are also Doug fir. All my wood arrows are Doug fir. I don't have any cedar that I shoot. I have a pile of Acme cedar shafts that are very old. I have several dozen that I'm just kind of saving or hoarding, if you will. So I'm going to give these 65s a try. Again, at 10 yards doesn't really tell me much, but I will give it a go to see how they work. And then we'll take it out to 20 yards. And like I said, so far those 2016 Easton aluminums are working best. But let's try these 65 spines. See what happens. Ooh, that flew pretty nice. And here's another one, 65 spine. Yep, tails off. Can't quite tell what it's doing. My gap is not correct. Again, I haven't shot this bow in some time, so I'm not certain what my gap is. And here is the 48-pound. Yeah, that one tails weak for sure. So 48's going to be a little weak, at least with the 145. Maybe if I changed it over to the 125, it would do a little better. And maybe 65's a hair stiff. I don't know. We're going to mess with it. We'll actually do a conversion. If I can get this 2016 to just fly perfect, I can just put that on the spine scale and see what spine it is, and then make a wood arrow just that way. Just back it up. Boom. Yeah, this 2016 is perfect. Point was weak, point was loose. I'm going to tighten those points down. There's one more. Yep. I can't tell. Maybe that is coming out a little weak. I might change that point weight to a 200. They fly decent, but not amazing. So I'm going to change that point weight out and see what we'd get. Okay, so I put 200 grain points on these 2016s. The other ones were 2 1/4. I'd rather be closer to 200, if not lighter. And the reason is because when I go to reverse engineer from a carbon to a wood, it's way easier if you're in the closer to 200 and below. Even better to 150, trying to make that conversion. You'll just end up with a lighter spine arrow. I'm not gonna, unless I'm gonna hunt with this, but even when I say a lighter spine, I can still make a 500 plus grain arrow out of a Doug fir easily. And just like I said, if I'm gonna figure it out from aluminum or carbon, I do have some gold tips and some Easton sitting here, carbon, that we'll play with as well out of this bow, and we'll see what it shoots or what it likes. But when I'm going to reverse engineer this arrow from aluminum to wood, if I have a 150 or a 200 on there, it's going to be a lot easier to figure out what spine I actually need to convert this to wood. So here's a 200. Very nice. That thing hit exactly what I was looking at. It's almost perfect. And then we'll take it to 20. Yep. Hit that same spot. Uno más. Dang, that was loud. I don't know what that may have hit off of, but we're going to go check it, shoot it again. Normal tab that I have with me when I shoot my trad stuff. I'm shooting my target tab, which is fine. It's broken in. I have some extras too, but I had another one I was trying to break in. I just don't have it with me. That's fine. All right, so again, 200 grain, 2016. And that clicker went off. Yep, nice shot. We'll do 2 more of these, and then we'll take it out to 20 and make more sense of that arrow flight. Perfect shot. Hit my arm guard. Got 3 arrows in the dot. There's that last 3 in that dot. Again, well, let's move it out to 20 and see how the arrows fly at 20. So I'm out here at 20 now, and all I'm gonna do is watch the arrow flight. I could care less about impact. Just gonna watch the arrow flight and see what we get. Okay, it impacted left, but it tailed right. Sorry, tailed left and impacted left. That one flew a little better, still not great. That one flew okay too. They're just impacting left. I can't really see the flight very well. I'm gonna shoot while I'm here and Julie's still shooting. I'm gonna shoot this Sherwood 65 spine, see what I get. Flew pretty decent, but impacted left. It looked like it tailed off stiff, and that would make sense to me. Same little left, and here's the 48, and I'm expecting this to be a little weak. We shall see. It actually flew pretty nice, and again at a 48 spine, it flew decent, not amazing, but better than the 65, which tells me I guess this bow is going to like a 50, 55 spine, somewhere in there. I have so many in that range. I have hundreds in that range, so I will have no problem making up a wood arrow for this bow. Let's go check them. All right, let's start with the 48 spine. Doug fir. Oh yeah, that flew pretty decent. Yeah, I'm guessing a 50, 55 will be really nice for this bow. While I'm here, let me take one of these Eastern Traditionals and shoot it. This has a 225 up front, which is a lot. That knock fitment's not quite great either, but let's see what we get. Oh, that flew like a dart. And those are 600 spine, by the way. These are 600 spine. That flew amazing. I hate that saying flies like a dart because I don't think darts fly very well. Oh yeah, wow, that flew perfect. These are the go-to. Now what I don't like, what I was saying earlier, it's got a 225 on it. So not to say I don't like it, but what I'm trying to get at is if I'm trying to convert something to wood, having a 225 up front's not really going to help me. It tells me that the spine is probably a little stiff. That's why I have 225s up front. But man, this arrow is flying amazing. Oh wow, yeah, absolutely perfect. At 20 yards, hitting that spot every single time, and they are flying perfectly straight. Oh wow. All right, let's go get those. Okay, what I did was I have did a little bit of a swap out. These are 200, and these are 2.25. You can see the difference there. And again, I'm hoping if I can get these with the 200 to work, that would be better than the 225 for me. Again, in terms of converting over to a wood arrow, and the reason is most of the time you can't find glue-on points for wood arrows that are in the upper or above 200 grains. They're pretty much stop at 190. You might be able to find some 200, I'm not sure, but they're pretty much stop at 190. So if I can get a 200 to work, that would get me closer to where I need to be in terms of spine, in terms of doing that conversion from a carbon to a wood. So we're going to give these 200s a try, see if they fly as good as the 225s, and we'll take it from there. All right, this first one's a 225. I know how it's going to do, and we'll shoot it, see what we get. Decent. This one's a 200. This should make it a little stiffer, but maybe not much to make a stink over. Oh, that flew really nice. 200. Again, here's the 225. Tailed a bit. Little whip. Again, a 225. This would be the last of those. See what we get. Yep, whipped a bit. It hit nice. And here's a 200. Money. Absolutely perfect. And this one's a 200. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. All right. Okay, so after that last bout of shooting and seeing that the 200s flew better than the 225s, which is what I like. I'm going to take the points off of all of those 225s, just shoot all the 200s, just shoot the Easton carbons, and pretty much take it from there. We'll just go around the range, do a little more filming, and yeah, we'll mess with those, and then we'll make wood arrows out of that. We'll just do the conversion. All right, see you in a bit. All right. So what I ended up doing was creating that conversion. I just moved to 200 grain points instead of 225, and I'm at 20 yards. I have a GoPro down there recording, so hopefully you'll see the impacts. I'll be able to put that footage on the screen as well. Let's see how it goes. Yep. Well, I don't like when they hang out, so I'm gonna wait, because I'm end up hitting that arrow. So all right, so now that I have what I think is a well shooting arrow, we'll just keep playing from here and just do some filming and talk about this a little bit. Just throwing out there. Oh yeah. I think your kill was better than my kill.
Your kill was good.
I'm hitting a little low. I think, again, it's just because I don't know my gaps with this particular bow. So get that sorted out in quick order. And I'm shooting high. I'm going to shoot one more. I'm going to shoot this wood arrow. This is that 48 spine. Oh, because I changed that knock, it won't fit. I had to fix that knock point. Oh, guess we're not shooting that. All right, we'll go get them. All right. One up hillside here. A little challenging shot, I suppose. And we have a little deer target about 15 yards away. Nice shot, babe. And one more. Good shot. And we're going to shoot from here. We're about, I don't know, 20 some odd yards. 10, 20-ish yards to that target. So Jason's website is jktraditions.com. And again, he only makes one bow, which, again, I'm pretty cool with that. And it is superb. I believe, again, I'll have to clarify this, but I think he makes 56 to 62 inch bows, and they're pretty much all diamond wood risers. I think that this, like I said, this is zirconi, I know for a fact. I think this is one of the last ones he made with an exotic wood. He has an allergy, is a wood allergy, so um, he can't cut a lot of the nicer woods. It's just obviously could kill him. So we're not going to mess with that. So the diamond wood, uh, again, is something he can cut and use, and he does. And I'm pretty sure all the limbs he does are bamboo. He could probably add veneers. I know he can add veneers of most kinds for an upcharge, of course. And I think the cost of his bow is a little over $600. In my opinion, that is just severely underrated and underpriced for what you get from him. It's a phenomenal bow. So anyway, let's get back to shooting. Yeah, with the sun in our eyes. That's all right. Nothing you can't handle. There we go. Yeah, here's the foot low. Oh, I hit my arm guard. Nothing new. Constantly hitting my arm guard. I'm gonna shoot one more. Arm guards should be hard and thin, and this one is on the thick side. It actually has a double layer in it, which if I would have known was going to have it, I never would have had him put it in there. But it's super thick, so it catches on that backside a lot. All right. We got a big fat bear. Good shot. Yeah. All right. We're at about 25 yards here on the mini elk. Farther? Yeah, maybe. That's about 25. Perfect shot. Whoa. I gotta work on this bow, find these gaps. Like I said, I just don't shoot this bow very often. There you go, babe. Nice shot. No, it doesn't help me. No, I don't have a gap with this bow. Yep. Guess. There you go. Here's a tree. We have a tree stand in at the club, which I have not gotten any footage of yet. It's a really kind of a cool tree, a big old tree, and an old tree stand in it. There's Julie up there in it. And usually when I'm filming, right now it's a Saturday, but usually when I'm out here recording these, it's on a weekday, and I don't have enough time to go through the entire range. So I miss this stand. I don't get to do it. So here we are. Maybe I'll get a couple shots, couple different angles from this particular tree stand shot. I forgot to set up the GoPro, so Julie's up here shooting, and the sun is directly in our face, and she's saying it's very dangerous. It's not dangerous. It's just an old tree stand. We've had it for some time up here. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna stay behind the wood railing and not hang over the front. That makes for an awkward shot. You shouldn't really do that. Not to say you shouldn't, but this makes it harder to shoot by hanging over. So because it's so high, you just can't get into the right body position. So I'm gonna stay behind it, watch the tree clearance, take my shot. That target's about 35 yards or so. So I'm gonna aim roughly point on. That arrow flew perfect. And it hit a tick high. Shoot one more. That flew really nice. Yeah, I think that my clicker is kind of crawling up the string a little bit. So I'm gonna slide it down just a hair more. I'll shoot one more arrow. Yep, good shot. Nice arrow flight. All right, let's go get them. Again, we're up at the tree stand shot, and here's a back view of it. It's kind of a cool old tree stand. We've had it a long time. Stay there, shoot one more, please. And we've had this tree stand a long time. It's kind of a cool old looking tree. And I did set the GoPro up down below, and it's way down there. Now you can't even see it behind the limbs, but I'm gonna find a view like that. Let's see. There we go. I'll shoot 2 or 3 from here. There's point. Shot, not bad for 35 yards or so. Tree stand. There, perfect shot. Here we are on the staircase, shooting down at a wolf. The tree stand shot we were just at is over there about 20 yards, shooting that way. As you can tell, we have the sun in our face, and we're shooting at a wolf that's down there. I don't know, 20 yards or so. Let's see what we get. Nice shot. Oh, my arm guard. I don't think I'm going to use this arm guard anymore. Keep hitting it. I'm just constantly hitting it. And making it tighter does not help. So, that being said, this will end up being a showpiece. There we go. Shoot one more. Let's go get him. Yeah, I can see this arm guard bowing out, and it's actually distracting. All right, I call this spot the swamp. No, it's not the swamp, but the ground is always wet here. We have a little creek that runs from up here. It's from a ditch that runs and it comes down and comes all through here. And this whole area is pretty wet usually. And then down below we have cattails, and then it connects with the creek down there, and then it just runs out into the Fotr River. And it's kind of a secluded spot. A lot of people pass this target up. They come up our range, one of the last targets we were at, and they usually end up just surpassing this and just walk out to the rest of the range. So you don't often see people in this spot. And here we are. And the target is a turkey, and I forgot to set up the GoPro. So we're just gonna shoot from here, leave it alone. It's hard filming yourself when you're shooting and trying to remember cameras, where cameras are, what they're doing. It's kind of a pain in the ass. And I am quite forgetful. Doesn't help me any. So. There we go. You got a good shot.
I mean, I'm not sure where you actually hit it.
Well, up from the leg, so you're in a good spot.
It might be too high.
You're actually in a, I think I see your arrow, and I think it's low.
Oh, really?
Yeah. You can always shoot at the head, too. Yeah, that went way high. I'll shoot one more.
I hit his gobble.
Hit the gobble, huh? Yeah, I tried to hit him in the head. I came close. Go in this hole over here. I'm not going to set the GoPro up. Just going to keep it in my pocket for now. And we're going to shoot at a target that's over there from this hole in the ground. It's a little pit that has been dug out that we use for 3D League. And the target's way in the corner over there. Oh, you can. All right. And then there's a tree in the way. And I'll try to shoot under the tree. And see what we get. To aim at that branch. Hopefully it drops down. It hit the tree. I hit left. Try one more. That hit low, I think. All right, Julie's up. Close to 30 yards. Or 30, let's call it 30. Oh, nice shot. Good shot. Did you see like shot through the tree? Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, just that's part of your point on. Oh, way low. Want to shoot another one?
I'm shooting at the top of his spine.
Okay. All right. So while I have good lighting, I just wanted a quick go over this bow again. So again, the riser is zirconia, and the limbs, the core is bamboo, and the belly of this bow is bamboo, and the backing of it is myrtle. And again, I believe it might be called tiger myrtle, if I'm not mistaken. I absolutely love myrtle. It's one of my favorite veneers, just because there are so many varieties of it, so many versions. They have some with spots, some are plain, some are swirled, and they're spalting. It is just like a fingerprint. I'm not sure what you can see in the camera there, but it's just beautifully spotted veneers, absolutely gorgeous. And this riser, I'll get a little closer to the camera. This riser, again, zirconia, and it's just pretty cool. Like I said, I had him name this after the bobcat, the Lynx rufus, and yep, that's about it. If you can see here, this is 48 at 28, 60-inch bow, and there it says Lynx rufus. And the only thing I don't prefer about this bow, and this is a personal preference, and I had this bow made in 2015, as we saw earlier. The only thing I would do different is I would change the grip. I don't really care for the contoured grip any longer. This is contoured, it's soft and smooth. So sure, it feels very nice in the hand. It's just not what I prefer anymore for shooting. The contour, wants to make my hand slide, where now I'd almost have, if I were to have Jason make this bow again, I'd either have him make it flat and flush, and or a lefty grip on a righty bow so that this side is higher. It's just a personal preference. Again, it's just something I've learned with shooting over the years, how I have a preference for a grip, and this is not it. Again, this is standard, but I'm pretty certain that if you were to ask Jason to make you a bow and told him you didn't want the contouring and the grip, he would 100% do it. And why not? Just to make it right. The angle, I love the angle of the grip. I love the geometry of the bow. It's absolutely fantastic. It's a very fast bow. It's a great shooting little bow. Unfortunately, with most all of my wood bows, I don't spend a lot of time with them anymore. Having now that I compete more with the ILF setup and my Hoyt bows. So unfortunately, these bows kind of just collect dust anymore. They sit on the bow rack. But like I stated in earlier videos, little by little, I'm going to be bringing every one of them out and shooting them and giving these quick little reviews about all of the bows I have. And I hope you guys look forward to that. And I will be putting them out, so they'll be out there. And again, JK is Jason Kendall's website. And I believe his email is jkbows@gmail.com, if that's off the top of my head. But I'll put it on the screen so it's 100% correct. But that's it. That's the little bow right there. Highly recommend. Okay, we are in another spot we're usually not shooting from, but behind us, you might be able to see the tree stand shot, which we've had on our videos before. And that target is right next to Julie on the left. Tree stand, pond, target, and there's another target off in the distance. That's the one we're going to be shooting at. I should go set the GoPro up maybe. I'll go set the GoPro up so you can see our shot. We're about 22 yards away from a little deer, so I'll go set that up. All right, there's the deer, and again, for reference, there's my hand. That's actually pretty close. If you think about it, this is probably pretty close to actual for a deer, right? I mean, it's fairly close. All right, let's give her a shot. Turn my head around. Good shot. One more. Tick low. Those arrows fly really nice. Just a bit heavy, maybe.
I just aimed wrong.
There we go. All right, let's go get them. All right, here's another spot you don't usually see me shoot from. We have another hole here. Obviously, you see me walking down. We have a target up to the right here. Again, I normally don't have a lot of time when I come out to film these other areas, but here we are. It's kind of cool. Cool little hole. And we have, thank you. We have a mountain lion up on this hill here. And we will shoot it. It's a little bigger than a house cat. Actually, our cat, probably the same size as our cat.
Oh, don't say that. No, I'm not going to hit it. Oh, I knew that was too high.
Bit low. Got one more I'll shoot. Good shot. All right. This bow is very close to point on at this distance, which is 30 yards right here. Just 30 yards right there. So definitely the correct height. These arrows are not flying as good as I saw earlier. Again, it's close, but it's not perfect. So I'll make some adjustments over time here, and they fly decent. I don't know what you guys can see on the camera, but hit my arm guard again. There we go. I'm gonna shoot one more. That is pretty much point on with this 600 grain arrow, and 600 spine arrow and 200 grain point. There we go. That one flew really nice too. All right, everybody. So this is going to conclude this video with my Kanati. Again, jktraditions.com, Jason Kendall. Very good to work with, very easy to work with. He'll call, he'll text. He's very down to earth. I've even had bows that I've sent to him over the years that were his, of course, that I had him reduce weight for me. I've had, all honesty, I've had 10 or 12 Kanatis over the years. They were one of the first bows I picked up back when I first started really discovering reflex deflex longbows. And there was a time you could buy one for 300 bucks. Like you could find them on at Trad Gang at the time for $300-400, and I was buying quite a few of them. And again, I've had several. I've had him custom make 3, I think, for me, and I would buy them used every once in a while. This particular one I was shooting, I bought. I had him make for me, and I've had him make one for Julie. I mean, we've had plenty, and he's very easy to work with, and again, an extremely reasonable price, and you get nothing but quality. And I highly recommend the Kanati longbow. Again, I'll just hold it up and then we'll cut this off. But again, here it is right there. JK Traditions. Try to get that in focus for you. It's focusing on me, not the bow. But there it is. There's a little emblem in the bow. And again, highly recommend JK Traditions Kanati longbow. And remember, guys, always make it look good. Thanks for being here. Peace.